When I was a boy back in the early 50s and 60s, I used to read Dick Tracy comic books, and there was a two-way wristwatch that I thought, wow, that is never going to happen. And now we have the Apple Watches and cell phones that you can do FaceTime, you can talk to anybody in the world and see, and it's just accepted as being normal. But if you've grown up in a world where none of this was possible, I'm still absolutely amazed by what I see. And I got into photography at a very young age as well. And my first camera was a Minolta SRT 101 film camera. And I just loved trying to capture images. Of course, video wasn't invented then yet, not for the consumer anyway. But I'd go out and take these still pictures, but film was very expensive to develop, so you really thought long and hard about the picture that you were going to take, because each picture cost you a lot of money. You had to pay for the film, and you had to pay for the developing. Well, over time, I got into a lot of different new mediums, which are not new today, digital photography, and now we have drones. When I bought my first drone, which was about 5 years ago, and started playing with it, I had this magical still camera that I could put anywhere, and the quality of the imagery was just absolutely amazing. So what you're seeing here is one of my trips where I went up to the high Sierras and spent a few days by myself just playing with the drone, and some of the images that I was able to get, you couldn't possibly get them without access with a flying camera. And that's what I had. It was a flying camera. I mean, how could you possibly get down into this canyon, get up close to the waterfalls and the overhang of the snow? If you tried to get up close, you'd fall in and it would break through. But with the drone, my only concern was not to get the drone wet or crash it into something. But look at that. I am just so truly mesmerized by my capabilities because I've paid attention to technology. And of course we have computers and the editing programs, and now anybody in the world can have their own television program on this new medium called YouTube, which we all take for granted. YouTube was in its infancy it actually started out in 2006, but it wasn't really until 2008 or 2009 that it really started to just take off. And now that it's so vast, everybody just takes it for granted. You want to learn anything or see anything, you can just Google it, and there it is on YouTube. It's insane. Look at this. I couldn't possibly imagine walking over this area, but with a drone, I was able to go over this area that, it was like a chasm that I would have fallen into. And I saw it from a distance, and I wanted to see it up close. I really, really wanted to see what it was like up close. So I took my flying camera in here. And I'm just mesmerized by the ability, anybody can do it now. Here is another canyon waterfall feature that, I'm speechless. I really am speechless. Every time I see some of the imagery that I'm capable of obtaining now that I have this new technology. And the Sierras are such a beautiful place to go. I'm truly grateful for technology and my willingness to stay abreast of the new technology, so I'm able to present these sorts of images. And I'm learning every single day how to do something new and how to present myself in a different magical way. I feel like I'm getting quite a bit older. I'm going to be 67 now, and I know that my life is limited. I don't have that many more decades left in me, but I can only imagine what's coming next.